haven't been feeling good past couple days, and it just got worse yesterday. Came home early from work and then I passed out. I woke up around, I think, 2 in the morning or something. Texted my boss that there's no way I was going to be going in today. And I took some NyQuil, and I just woke up around 10 this morning. Saw that my boss had texted me to call Ahmed and see what I need to do. So they're making me go get tested and putting me on a 72-hour work restriction. So I'm not able to return to work till 72 hours. In the meantime, I'm on short-term disability to cover that instead of using up my PTO, which is good. Glad for that. I'll probably film the whole thing so you guys can see. This will be actually my first time being tested, so it'll be a new experience for me. It doesn't look pleasant from everything I've seen. Symptoms that I'm having is headache, body chills, body ache. That's the symptoms I'm having, and just weakness, overall body weakness. So just not feeling good. My brain feels foggy. I took some medication this morning, and I have to drive all the way to work to get tested at the tent over there. And it takes me 35 minutes to get to work, so unfortunately I have to drive all the way out there. It's not going to be fun. I personally think I don't have COVID. I think I have flu-like symptoms. And I think just taking some over-the-counter medication, but we'll see how the results come out. All right, I am here at the testing. It's kind of confusing. You got 2 signs up, so I don't know why, but I feel a little nervous about this. I'm just waiting in line. A few cars ahead of me, so hello.
How are you today?
Good.
Last name?
Eubanks, EUBANKS.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
EU.
BANKS. And
B as in boy.
Mm-hmm.
A.
EUBANKS.
AUBA.
EUBANKS.
First name?
Sela, SELA.
SELA. 1 L.
Uh-huh.
A. Date of birth? Any symptoms?
Body chills.
Yep. If you can wait for me by the stop sign, don't pass the stop sign, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. 24 to 72 hours to get the results through the patient portal. If you can go to lane 1, it's going to be on your left side.
So right now I'm just waiting to get tested, to get swabbed. There's someone in front of me, and then hi.
And tell me your first last name and date of birth.
Sala Eubanks.
Okay, go ahead and verify. Top line spelled correctly. Third line is the correct date of birth.
Yes.
Alright, most important part, you're going to sit tall. Get that chin back like that. That opens the airway, and relax and also opens the airway. I'll go in through your left nostril, and once I get in where I need to go, since it's a deep swab, I just count backwards from 5 so you know where we are in the process, and we'll be done before you know it. Okay? Ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Chin up nice and high. Relax and take a nice slow deep breath in through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we come. You did a great job. They say 24, 72 hours to get those results. It's usually before then, so you can start looking on a total tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
Alright, and then so I want you to isolate just in case you do get those results, okay?
Would you guys test for the flu also?
You call your doctor and ask them to put in a order after you test how that has to be done. So I would go ahead and call them or get on the portal and ask them to put that in. Okay?
Would Ahmed do that? Because she told me to ask you guys.
Call Ahmed, just let him know, because we can't do that, but your doctor can put in that order. The only order we can put in is this COVID order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But the way they're doing it, even for other patients, is the doctor puts in the order after they do the test.
Okay.
So they'll call the lab and they'll do it as an add-on. Are you a nurse?
MRI.
Okay, because on the floor they do an add-on and then they add it to this test that's already been done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because she was like, I heard they're testing, but I'm not sure, but ask them. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, and we just these guys will be done. Okay.
Okay. Ooh, that kind of felt weird. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It definitely wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to feel a lot worse, but it wasn't. She did go deep into my nasal, so I'll find out in 24 hours what the results are. 72 hours has passed since you have had a fever without using fever-reducing medication. Your respiratory symptoms have improved. No coughing, shortness of breath. I don't have any of those symptoms, like I'm not coughing. No shortness of breath. I'm okay to go, right? Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So people in front of me like stopped for a while. So there you have it. There's the test. I did it. It wasn't as bad. I'm reading the paper. Example, no coughing, shortness of breath. At least 10 days have passed since the symptoms first appeared. I'm not having any of those symptoms. I'm not having cough. I'm not having shortness of breath. I'm really having body chills, body ache, weakness. I guess those are all symptoms of COVID is what I was told, but I'm not having any of the other symptoms. There we have it. So the wait begins. We'll see. I made it. I did it. I survived it.
What are you talking about?
COVID.
Oh, really?
What?
Why you gotta say it like that?
Well,
You weren't all that happy when you had it. You were like, I'm so good.
wow.
Yeah.
No.
Johnny, give me man.
Well, as you can see by the video, I got sick, tested positive. Here we are. We're going to talk about our experience. Hopefully it helps you out, or if you've had it, share your experience with us.
Wait a minute.
Let's stop
I'm
it.
sitting here because she gave me the vids.
So,
She survived it. She passed it on. I lived and survived it. So
I was
there, done that. Got a t-shirt.
sharing is caring.
She got it
I don't
first.
want to share that. In the same
No,
household,
you know.
same room, same
Now they
bed.
both have it, so it's
Yeah, you're bound to get it.
Oh, the symptoms I had was body chills, ache, and weakness, headache, dizziness. Those 5 things I had together. The other things I had was fatigue, brain fog, diarrhea, upper extremity heaviness. Yeah, all of that was a part of COVID.
So, onset of it was, I had a slight cough one day. So it's kind of like the itchy throat, and the back of your throat just being a little itchy, cough, starting up. And then later on in the evening, developed headaches. The next day, got severe headaches. Cough was gone, but had body aches and a headache. And the headaches were pretty bad. Took medicine for it. Rested that day throughout the evening to the next day. But I did experience a lot of fatigue during that resting period. The one thing too is I believe I did experience some chills, but I never ran a temperature. Never got hot or had a fever.
I did get the fever one time. I got the fever one time and that was it. So,
and like she said, lingering effects, even though after 14 days of quarantining, still had other effects of the virus. I did experience the COVID poops, COVID shit. I did have that one time. It's like, why am I pooping? I don't know. But I got to. Thank you, Vids, for that. I also experienced the cough again. So it's like it came back, itchy throat and just coughing. My experience with testing was much different than hers. He was sick at work, right? And then he was like, hey, I don't feel good, I gotta go. Next day she's in the work for a test and they turned around and gave her results the following.
The next day, that's what you just saw.
Yeah. With me, it was like, hey, I gotta find a test facility.
He could not find a place to get tested within the same day. It was
unless you want to wait 3-4 hours, in urgent care. But
he didn't do that.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. No. But what I did is schedule an appointment with the urgent care, and the explanation he gave me was, it's because everyone's trying to get tested because it's the holiday season. People want to travel, see their family, but they want to know.
It was right before Christmas.
And with the testing, you get the nasal swab. I'm not sure, did they go deep on yours? Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, it was like just into the nasals, not into the sinuses, just into your nostrils. No more than half an inch in. So you got a little watery eye, but nothing severe with that testing. The one thing that was strange with my test, or not strange, but different, was that when I got the results, they did come around pretty quick. It was the next day when the lab actually turned around. Yeah, but I didn't request a rapid test. The lab tech was asking me when my first symptoms started, and I told him, he's like, well, to be honest with you, your quarantine's pretty much up. You could have just quarantined and been done with it. He wouldn't recommend a test. But he said, I'm still shedding the virus. So even though you quarantine for 14 days or you're close to 14 days, whatever, you can still potentially shed the virus. And I guess that can happen for up to a month of shedding.
And this week for me was 4 weeks, which I feel much better. Still some lingering effects, but
what was it, stays in your system like
90 days.
The doctor that I saw who performed the test on me and the lab tech, they couldn't stress enough saying, hey, quarantine, but even though you're doing the CDC recommended 14-day quarantine, still practice COVID-safe behaviors, wearing a mask, social distancing. Because again, you're
can't talk.
Distancing. Yeah, because I know I'm repeating myself, but even though you are cleared when quarantine, does not mean you're still not potentially passing on the virus. And to protect others, you want to wear that mask. You want to keep your 6 feet. Mm-hmm. You're actually protecting others when you are wearing a mask. It's not really protecting yourself. You're pretty much limiting the virus from getting out and exposing others. the mask is holding that in for you, but it's not filtering it the other way. You know what I mean? For us, I don't know if it. I'm pretty sure it did help, but with the symptoms and the virus itself combating it, we've always been pretty good with our supplementation or supplementing for immune and nervous system and skeletal muscular system. You know, zinc, magnesium, vitamin C, multivitamins, inflammation, turmeric, and others. For inflammation, you take turmeric and other stuff. But we've been pretty good about that.
Yeah.
She's been kind of researching a lot of that and been on that too as well.
We do that on a regular basis anyway, so I think it just helped us when we got sick. We just continued to do that, maybe doubled up on some of the stuff, like the vitamin C especially. I think a good vitamin C, your body absorbs it much better. The liposomal vitamin C. There's different brands. The one that I was taking prior to this one, I like much better, but it's more expensive. And I ended up ordering this one because it was a little bit cheaper. And the reason why I'm still taking it was because I'm gonna finish taking it because I bought it. The boys take this, and all we do is
Well, don't forget about Lala. So the
the
boys.
boys and Araceli
the
take
family.
this. The family takes this. Instead of putting in a water bottle, we have these little shot glasses. We just put a little bit of water in it and put this in there and stir it up and take it like a shot.
No, hey, do your best with your supplementing or taking vitamin C or whatever. And over-the-counter medicine. The only thing we really took for ours,
Severe cold,
daytime
and nighttime. That's all we took, and the Tylenol.
yeah, severe cold and flu.
And then we supplemented with the vitamins, and
And that pretty much helped you tolerate it and kind of.
I had really bad brain fog. I researched it, and you have to take that can break through the blood-brain barrier.
The blood-brain barrier is how much nutrients or something can penetrate or be absorbed by the brain through the blood. So, you know, it's not everything can get past that barrier. Not everything is going to get absorbed by the brain.
Some things can penetrate a higher percentage than other.
Certain things is more absorbent than other. Certain supplements, certain.
Turmeric, I think I found, I take turmeric, but it doesn't get absorbed by the blood-brain barrier. The percentage that passes through it's very low, 2%. So I will still continue to take turmeric because it's just a part of my daily that I do.
There's other benefits.
But as far as the fog, I know that one of the things that was mentioned that I saw was choline CPD. Choline CPD. I didn't have that, nor did I go out and get it. I took all the stuff that I found that we had. I had most of it. There were just probably a couple things that's mentioned that I didn't have. And the choline was one of them. I think there were 2 cholines that was mentioned as far as the better choline. One of them that stuck out to my mind was the choline CPD, and there was another choline.
Our experience with COVID, it's gonna hit people differently depending on what you're doing, your lifestyle and stuff. One thing that with COVID is like, I tested positive. My information got over to the county health department. They sent me a text survey. I took that, and then I got a call from the state health department. And then they wanted to speak with me. And over the phone, my 15-minute survey turned into 45 minutes. A smoker, even vaping, and I put you at risk. If you've been diagnosed or classified as obese, it puts you at risk. And then they're asking stuff, you know, typical stuff like cancer, heart disease, other things. But they're trying to track and figure out what people are experiencing and versus their health history and background. With me, you know, I didn't have any of the respiratory problems, none of the severe issues.
Luckily, we didn't get to that.
The severe issues.
That point, but we both could agree that it could get to that next level. easily if you don't take care of it.
If you do contract it, one thing I would say is don't panic, stay calm, don't let anxiety, don't let stress come in, and don't get down about it. Just do your best to combat and fight it. Take your supplements, take your medicines. It's going to affect different people different ways. There's help out there.
Yeah.
On top of that, yeah.
All our friends and families that we know that had it, each and every one of us has had a different experience with it. Even different symptoms. Like
there's some commonality.
Even between the two of us.
Yeah,
I lost my smell and taste. He never lost his smell and taste. And I got other symptoms that he didn't get.
Yeah, you're going to have some common symptoms because the spectrum of the COVID virus or COVID-19 symptoms is everything from the flu plus respiratory problems. So,
pneumonia stuff.
Yeah, so you're gonna have some of them, but the thing is, you may not have all of them. Like you said, I never experienced loss of taste or smell. I didn't have a fever and room temperature. Didn't have breathing problems. Didn't even have the heavy limbs, extremities. Like she
I had
did,
everything.
So. Brain fog, maybe a little bit, but not really. I would say
Fatigue.
just a little bit.
Fatigue is really bad.
Yeah, the headaches.
If you experienced it, like, comment below, share with us your experience.
Like she says, hopefully through this talk, maybe you picked up something help you out, help a loved one out. But continue to practice social distancing, safe practices, wear your mask and stuff. With your mask, wear it for other people. You're doing it for others. Enjoy, stay safe, and take care.
Hey, so I wanted to mention that this vitamin C was sent to me by my friend. It's a pure vitamin C that her doctor recommended. When I got sick, she actually overnight this over to me, or she UPS'd it, and I got it right the next day. So that was very nice of her. And she did send me this silver shield, and I did take that. And so what I did, like, I set my timer for when to take my medication every 4 hours, and I also did this. And I did it the same thing, shot glass, little water, and chugged it down. There's no taste with this. It's actually it's not pleasant at all. It's just vitamin C, pure vitamin C. But I'm a big believer in vitamin C. There's a book I read about it, and I don't know, up to you, but just wanted to share.
Bromelain is an extract from pineapples. It's a very good anti-inflammatory. So it's something that they've started using post-surgery patients that doctors recommend to keep inflammation down in the body. So something else that I started taking and I would like to take. Doesn't have to be that brand, but bromelain is what you're looking for.
Hey, and so I also don't know if we mentioned that we drank a lot of hot tea, hot water, hot lemon water, anything hot. We drank a lot of that just to help flush the stuff down. Yeah, so the biggest thing I think for us was that we basically listened to our body. We treated it like anything else, that if you got sick, whatever symptoms we were getting, and took what we felt necessary. We've come a long way with COVID. We've learned a lot, but yet we also still don't know a lot. So we're just sharing. If you know something, comment below, and we're just sharing with each other. Everybody's learning, and maybe you'll take something away from it. And I know when I learn from someone else or hear their experience and I take something away, or I might refer back to it. You guys are family. We want to share our experience, and we want to learn from you guys too. And that's it. There's one more thing that I forgot to mention. If you have a loved one or even yourself, if you're compromised, go to the ER, get tested. If you're tested positive, let them know that you want the monoclonal infusion. It's basically an antibody that helps your immune system to fight the COVID, and it's known to be very successful. If my dad gets sick with it, I for sure am going to take him into the ER and have them give him that infusion, because it's just going to boost his immune system to help fight it. Again, that's monoclonal infusion. Monoclonal infusion. Don't forget, if you yourself is compromised or your family member, take them in. And there is a time frame, and I'm not sure what it is. Some are saying 24 hours, others are saying 72 hours. There's even doctors saying, no, you have up to 10 days, but we don't know. I don't know what your hospital is going to tell you, but know that that is an option. I would take them in right away, just because each place is saying different things. If you're within that window, they'll give it to you. They'll give it to yourself or your loved ones or whoever it is that needs it. So monoclonal infusion. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.